You ready? Okay, here we go. All right. To start, we warm up, and the warm up is very simple. Lifting your legs, and you're slapping your sides with your arms until you're warm. And from there, you can do as many sets of this as you want. And when you're finished, you can get down on the mat any way you want to. And I like to get into rock and roll like this. My hands underneath my thighs, just like that. And I try not to have my head hit or my feet hit when I'm doing open leg rocker. Or when I'm doing rock and roll. So now I'm going to do open leg rocker by putting my hands on my calves, and I do the same thing. And I'm rocking back and forth, and I'm doing a set of 8. I probably won't do a complete set because I want to just make sure that you are seeing the technique. And of course, you're trying to get your legs as straight as you can. And when you're finished open leg rocker, then you're down on the mat. And the first thing you do is come up like this, as high as you can, and push your shoulders down onto the mat and feel your shoulders pushing down on the mat. And your palms are face up for these exercises. And after you've done that, come back down. And now you're going to do pelvic tilts. And you take a breath in, and then push down with your core and lift your buttocks off the mat a little bit. Breathe in. This is a good spine stretch. And when you finish that, we go into single leg lifts. And there are 2 ways to do it. First way is with your other foot on the ground, on the mat. And you do circles one way, and then the other way, until you've done a set each way. Put that foot down, do the other leg, circle one way, and then the other way. And now, when you finish that set, bring both legs up and do a second set of circles with both legs up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then back the other way for a count of 8. 7, 8. And then the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then when you're finished that, you're back down here. And now, lift up again. That same thing you did first time. And push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That works your glutes and also your spine. And now you're going to do what I call marching. Obviously, one leg stays on the floor, one foot, and you march. 1, 2, 3. Don't let it touch the floor. 6, 7, 8. And then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then down. One more time. Always breathing. Good yoga, deep breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 with the other one. 6, 7, 8. And you're done with those exercises. But by the way, that was called your lift. That's your lift. Your pelvic lift. Okay, now you come up and you're going to do both legs, double leg circles. And I like to feel my core as I'm doing it because this is hard work. 6, 7, 8. You're always going to go in the other direction. 2, 3, 4, and then keep going. So this would be the third set. And now I'm doing like 45 degrees. And then 8. And then another set, 45 degrees. And your final set is going to be as low as you can go. So you want to try and go down to about 20%, 20% angle. And then back up. And then do with that final set. If that's too hard, you can come back up and do a set higher like that. As soon as you finish this set, grab both legs like this, come back, and go immediately into double leg rocker, and do another set of double leg rocker. 4, 5, 6. And you want to get your legs as straight as you can, and then come back down like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to keep going to try and get the stretch all the way through your legs. 8. And try and reach your ankles on the last set. Try and get all the way to your ankles, doing sets of 8. And when you finish that, you're done with your back in the mat, and you turn over and immediately do cat-cow. Deep breath in, and you let your stomach sag a little bit, and then push out. This is very good for your spine, very good for your flexibility. We'll do one more. And that would be a set of 8. And then you immediately go into your planks. But the first way to do the plank is by keeping your knees on the mat. And you're just going to lift up one leg, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and then the other leg for 8. And when you finish that, that would do it for that modified plank. But to do the real plank, of course, you're up on your toes, and you're going to, when you're in this position, you do the same thing with your lifts. This is a lot harder, so you have to work at it, but it's a lot harder. So so you can start with just doing a couple with each leg, and then continue to increase until you can do a set with each leg. So with push-ups, again, we'll do the modified first, and your ankles are crossed, and you're going to push down and feel the two halves of your shoulder muscles come together and squeeze in the middle. And that is really good for your upper back. So you can feel, and then you can go lower and do as many sets as you want or until you're tired. And then that's how you do modified push-up. So you don't go all the way down. You don't want to go all the way down to touch your nose. You're really just going halfway to about there. That's a really good push-up. It's just as effective as going all the way down and touching your nose. Okay, so when you've finished those and you're ready to do regular push-up, You're gonna do the same thing, but you're on your toes, and you're gonna do the same thing with the two halves of your back, and then you go lower and lower until you're doing a push-up, but not all the way down to touch your nose. You don't need to. So you just go down halfway, basically. But that's enough to really work all the muscles of your arms and your chest and your shoulders. So you do as many sets as you want. I've probably done one set, and I'll just do 2 sets. So let's say that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what I do now is I go to failure. So that takes a lot longer now than it used to when I first started. So I'm now in the same position as before to do cat-cow, and I'm going to do just a half a set. So I'm going to do 2, 3, 4. Okay, and now I'm back up on my feet and put my feet together, shoulder width, I mean, and try to be parallel. And then I'm going to come down in a kind of a squat with a breath, and then push back. And feel those shoulders go back and your arms go back. Again, breathe in. I'll just do 4, so that was 2. You finish up with one big push, and you are done.